Well, it looks like out of nowhere we have two more Transformers War for Cybertron EarthRise Deluxe figures. Two characters that we knew were going to be coming in some shape or form due to leaked listings, but now we have two images that have leaked online due to secret Chinese sources. We have here both EarthRise Deluxe Sunstreaker, and oddly enough, the listing here of the leak says Trailcutter. I find that bizarre because they have the Trailbreaker trademark back, so that's a weird one, but we'll cover that in a moment. Let's start with Sunstreaker first of all. Now, this kind of puts to bed a whole bunch of different speculations that were going on. Some people thought that Sunstreaker might be an extremely retooled Siege Sideswipe. Some people thought they were going to take the EarthRise Run Amok and retool that like crazy, and that was going to be Sunstreaker. But I guess from what it looks like here, unless I'm missing something, this looks like a brand new mold. And I kind of compared this side by side with a few figures already, and it looks like it's a brand new mold straight up. Very hollow legs for Sunstreaker over here. And on the flip side of it, so now people are going, oh, well, now since this is a brand new mold, this is what's going to be used for Sideswipe then, right? I don't think so, because what people tend to forget is that Sideswipe and Sunstreaker have very different silhouettes of alt modes when you're kind of looking back through G1 history. Like, Sideswipe is more the car front end on the chest kind of character, like a Jazz and a Prowl and stuff like that, where Sunstreaker has always been more like a Bumblebee, where the front end of the car, like the headlights and everything, end up being the feet. So that's a completely different stretch of transformation. And as a result, like, if you took this mold and turned it into Sideswipe, you'd have the front end of the Countach on his feet and everything. It wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look good. So I imagine that they could do other stuff with this mold. But definitely it's not going to be a Sideswipe. I think that if we do get another Sideswipe this soon, which I doubt, but if we do, it won't come from this mold, not in any shape or form. I mean, I think we've kind of put to rest this concept of back in the day where these characters had to share a mold. Instead of just being their own thing, like the first time being like Bakon when they used the Robots in Disguise 1.0 car robots. I guess we'll call them Red Alert, Mach Alert, or Prowl, that mold back in the day in 2000, 2001, and they made them repaints of each other. And then same thing, you move all the way to the Classics and Universe 2.0 line, where they were clever repaints of each other by twisting the character in a different shape or form. But at the end of the day, still very different characters, even though they shared a mold. So they kind of got rid of that today. So now we have a brand new mold for him. He looks okay. I mean, there's certain things that I'm not too crazy about, but again, it's the new price point. It's the new way deluxes are handled now. And at the end of the day, I mean, if I kind of got my Sideswipe fix from a modern standpoint through the Masterpiece, and I still kind of like those old Classics ones, but I mean, this will fit the gap for somebody. The character hasn't had a decent toy in retail in a very long time, if you don't count Combiner Wars, which that was really just kind of a straight up repaint. So this is something new, so I'm pretty sure some people appreciate it, and I'm really curious what they'll do repaint wise in the future. I'm imagining probably maybe one of the Stunticons. I could see like a Wild Rider being done of him if they want to go that route, if they really want to stretch it, or though maybe we'll get something really crazy in the long run. Who knows? Maybe some crazy BotCon, celebration, take Breakdown and do that or something. I don't know. We'll see for sure. The next one here we have is the weirdly named Trailcutter, even though Trailbreaker is a trademark that Hasbro has back since then. This one doesn't surprise me. Mostly because we knew when the second we saw Hoist, we knew it was coming. I like the head. I like that they managed to still have his little accessory. I like that they still worked in his little coupe, his canopy coupe in the back. So everything kind of just works out nice. Yeah, I like it a lot, and I like that they kept the deco that he had, that old 80s deco of the yellow, red, and orange color scheme. So everything looks nice. Obviously, the coloring that's done here is done digitally, so I'm interested if they're going to chrome him out more in his areas, or is it just going to be straight up some kind of, weird dark silver or something. I'm really curious on that too, but if it's any kind of indication based on the hoist, it's probably going to be similar to that. But still, I like what I see. I'm very happy with the way Trailbreaker or Cutter, we'll see how the trademark works, comes off. But at the end of the day, these are cool to see. It's nice to see that there's still more coming, and it kind of gives me hope where there's probably way more toys, not just from the EarthRise stuff, but maybe even from Cyberverse. We don't know what's still to come. There's probably still more stuff that wasn't shown at New York Toy Fair, and probably the same thing even with Studio Series. I think we still have more news to be revealed as time progressed, because I know that Hasbro said a lot of their other brands, whether it be Marvel or G.I. Joe or otherwise, they didn't reveal everything at those shows. So it's probably the same with Transformers, maybe because of San Diego Comic-Con or other places that they want to still save some big reveals for. So let me know what you think about these two, because they are very interesting to say the least.